Qapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Caroga. Oh, that's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
You come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. Here to make war, we surrender. Important news are new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a seaport planet. From now on, it's gonna be under one roof. You're gonna run it like a business. That means you're gonna make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before, or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Wow. Kissing Dax right before Esri Dax. Damn, Yosef, you know how to make
Nicole DeBoer. I played
an
Lieutenant
entrance.
Esri Dax on DS9. And I welcome you to Birdo Prey 5 channel. Hail Caroga.
Hello, world. It's Birdo Prey 5, Qapla, and welcome to Bed Life for Monday, November 16th, 2020. And look at our new artwork, courtesy of Mamo Prey. She's got my 3-panel Star Trek, the original series Enterprise artwork hung behind the bed. We have a Star Trek Enterprise NX-01 poster hung on the door. She relocated the sassy home is where your beagle is, I believe is what it says, something to that effect. Above that, and I moved Garfield a little so he wasn't in front of the Enterprise. And you even see my Peter Max light up artwork, which Mamo Prey got from me years before I got sick. It has been there this entire time, but probably has never actually been on camera before. So yes, it is a good Monday. And I was not late. I started a minute and 30 seconds early. A minute and 30 seconds. 90 seconds early. So don't tell me I was late. And Joseph Patrick with a €2 super chat. What an entrance. Got a 1 in 30 chance of getting that, and he got it. Just as the beautiful Nicole DeBoer was about to come on, we got Jadzia Dax kissing her former host. And Joseph Patrick says, this comment is about to be read out first. Qapla, Joseph. And yes, grats on skipping the line. The first comment I see on my, and I'm sure there was probably some comments before this, was from Caroga Knight. It says, Viva Caroga, Viva the women of Trek. And we will get into that in a couple minutes. Why do I want to talk about the women of Trek? I saw something on YouTube, on Twitter today that it pulled me in, and I need to say I'm mad as hell, and I'm not going to take it no more. Is that how you're supposed to say? I go to a window. I can't go to a window. And Rock Solid Productions with a $2 donation gets eyebrow raising Dax. And says, Bird of Prey, have a good stream. Not hanging out. There's a Dear Bop explaining why. I'm sorry to hear that, Rock Solid. Sorry you got to go. We will get to the Dear Bops a little later. I hope you're feeling better. Roxal's been putting out content. He fixed he fixed one Sega Master System recently, and then he kind of gave up on the second one a little quick, if in my opinion, but still a good video. And Deej donated $5, and he got eyebrow Dax as well. It's a very Dax day here. That's a very good Monday. A lot of Dax. Deej with a $5 donation says, "Fake news. You was late, and stop sending the orphans to dig the 2-mile tunnel for Stonehenge for a box and a half of mac and cheese and 10-year-old spam." I told Fortean Barber on his barbershop stream that preceded this, and I'll tell you all again, England or the UK does not need to pay $2.2 billion to dig a tunnel under Stonehenge. We in Caroga can get it done for half that amount, and it'll be twice as big, twice as long, and twice as strong as any other tunnel we've ever built. So just wire us the money. In fact, you know what? It doesn't even have to be 1.1. Just an even 1 billion. Wire it to my account, and then stop worrying. We'll have your tunnel done in no time. But you won't even remember. You're like, I thought there was supposed to be a tunnel here. It'd be so quick. You're like, yeah, there is. You'll be shocked. Pflugerville says somebody is missing. Oh yeah, it's Bird. Always late. No, that is fake news. 47 Yorktown says I wouldn't mind being dominated by Kira Nerys. That is not what we're talking about in Women in Track. 47 Yorktown. Joseph Patrick says Bird is currently here and puts in a link to the Fortean Barber stream. Thank you, Joseph. Not Ryan Johnson says, hello in Qapla. Bird is extremely delayed. No, I am extremely not delayed. I'm extremely early. And Captain Track, hashtag annual crystal skull for Bird of Prey. And Captain Track puts in the Bird of Prey in the head jar. Bird of Prey head in a jar emoji. Is late again. No, Captain Track. I feel like I'm Trump, and you guys are the media, continuously taking what I say out of context. What's this face? McWhatnot says, Qapla, Bird of Prey. Qapla, what's this face? McWhatnot. And he says, hello to Captain Track and hello to Joseph. And Mako says, women dominating. Is this a bird's? No. This is not that. This is not what we're talking about. Captain Track says hello to what's this face? McWhatnot. And he also says, hey there to Not Ryan Johnson. And Captain Track says hello to Mako. And to Not Ryan Johnson. Not Ryan Johnson says hail to what's this face? McWhatnot. And Mako says hello to Captain Track. And Not Ryan Johnson says hail to Captain Track. Pflugerville says, Qapla, somebody wake Bird. He has a show to do. I assume he means, yes. A show to do. And I was awake and I was ready and I did everything I needed to do ahead of time. And I made sure my microphone was working. I did all my homework for this stream. Eastland Burkholder says, hello all, I will be in and out of chat. I am wondering about how others are doing today. I'm doing decently. Eastland, Mamo Prey is doing okay. And we heard from Sis O'Prey, Nephew O'Prey, they're doing okay. So on our side, we're doing pretty decent. There are a couple of family members who not doing the best, but that's a whole other story. Positive Candor says, since Voyager, then yes, women have always dominated Star Trek. Well, that's not the question. I'll get to the specific line that caused this, and we'll even ask Mamo Prey because she could shed some light. I haven't discussed it with her previously, so and there's always a chance I am wrong, and if I am wrong, so be it. But I don't think that's true. Well, I'll just ask you real quick, Mamo Prey. In your opinion, have women been the majority of Star Trek fans since day one of Star Trek? The majority, as in 50 plus 1%. No, Mamo Prey, There are many women on Twitter right now saying that women have always been the majority of Star Trek fans. Always. Your household. Your household. Good. Original Star Trek. 3 brothers. All male brothers. And Mamo Prey. 4 people.
Watch.
Okay, so 4 people watched Star Trek. 3 were boys. 1 was a girl. You never discussed Star Trek with any of your girlfriends. But your brothers discussed it with their friends who were presumably other guys. Other guys, not with their girlfriends. Right.
That's from my experience.
Okay. So just to be clear, and granted that's only one person's experience, but Mamo Prey from the very beginning. Yeah, Mamo Prey agrees with me. And I granted I don't have hard, cold facts to prove, but I can tell you, we'll get into it in a couple minutes. Let's read a little bit more chat. Eastland says, hello, I'll be in and out of chat. Yeah, so we're doing okay, Eastland. Thank you for asking. Positive Candor says, yes, since Voyager. No, it's not always. That's not how it works. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Qapla 47 Yorktown puts in a sassy nephew O'Prey and Tribble emoji. Derek McManus says, is this a boob stream? I quite like curvy female bits, to be honest. So do I, Derek, but no, this is not a boob stream. I mean, if I had women who are willing to do it, maybe, but I think we can't. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. And what's his face says, hail to Derek. McManus, Life with Matthew says, Qapla, Bird of Prey and all, Qapla, Life with Matthew. And Life with Matthew put out a video game stream too, where he was using a Super Famicom to, or a Famicom to NES adapter. And he got it to work. But then he played a Japanese RPG game in Japanese. I'm not a big fan of RPG games, and less a fan of games not in English. So, but it was an interesting piece of technology. It's probably worth a look if you're a Nintendo fan, and certainly if you have any Famicom games you want to play on your Nintendo, your US-based Nintendo. Derek says, what's this face, McWhatnot? We meet at last. Chris Perzer, Qapla, Chris Perzer says, hail, Captain Track. What's this face, McWhatnot? Dee Dee Myers and Derek McManus. Derek says, dad us good. Dad us good. Okay, Derek. Eastland says, I actually like the episode where Kirk is body switched with a female and must convince people he is really Kirk. Yes, it's the final episode of the original series. That was a weird one. What's this fake says, hail and good day to Chris Perzer. Chris says, nicely done, Joseph, winning right from the start with kissing Dax. Absolutely. Derek says, Chris Perzer, good evening, my dear friend. Pflugerville says, nice. Eastland Burkholder says, waving at you, haha. What's this face? McWhatnot says, that looks great, Birdo Prey and Mamo Prey. Thank you. I assume you mean the setup here. Eastland says, hi to Derek. Joseph says, to Chris Perzer, he got a lottery win, basically. Chris Perzer says, Birdo Prey, rulers never late. They simply move the official time back and in with them. Yeah, no, I didn't even have to move the official time. Right, you tell him, Sassy. I started at the official time. Actually, I even started a minute before the official time. So nobody can call me late. Todd Tyler, Qapla, Todd Tyler, thank you so much. Derek gives a thumbs up to Eastland and also says, I wouldn't mind getting a few of the women of Trek, to be honest. Yeah, we're getting into, well, nobody would mind that. Mago says, I'd let Janeway, wow. dominate me as I make her coffee any day of the week. Too much info. Admiral Saval says, calling on your Discord bird, want you to see my puppy. Ah, okay. Well, I can't put on Discord right now, Admiral, because it doesn't work with the VPN I'm using, but I will check it after the stream. Thank you, Admiral. What's this face says, hail to Eastland Burkholder. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello today, Bird will pray, Mom will pray, and sassy Qapla, Robert Rose. Jedi Bill says, hello, Bird will pray, Qapla, warrior, hail, Caroga. Absolutely, hail, Caroga. Rock Solid says, Bird of Prey, choosing to leave, don't feel like dealing with personal attacks during Dear Bop. Okay, Rock Solid. I don't want to see you deal with personal attacks either. Hopefully we'll see you again later. The Intendant says, great posters, Bop and Mop. Thank you so much. These three are actually framed pictures. And then that was a canvas poster that I didn't realize was canvas. And I have one more on the way. And then there's another one that's just too big to put anywhere. Carlo Albanese says, hiya, and hope everyone is as good as well as can be. Thank you, Carlo. Purple Valkyrie, good evening. Qapla, Purple Valkyrie, good evening to you. Carlo Albanese says, praise Caroga, absolutely. And Chris Perzer says, hail to Jedi Bill, and good afternoon to him. What's this face? Also hails Jedi Bill. Robert Rose Jr. says, hello also to all the birds, turds, and everyone else here in between. That's a big spectrum. Derek McManus says, hey, I had some fried spam for breakfast yesterday. It sounds delicious, Derek. How old was the spam? I'm just curious. Jedi Bill says hello to Chris Perzer and good afternoon. Purple Valkyrie says good evening to Chris Perzer. What's his face says, hail to you, lovely lady. Purple Valkyrie, and gives her a rose. How nice. How sweet. Deej says, but you only pay the orphans a box and a half of mac and cheese and spam, you monster. But they have all their other expenses taken care of. Deej, let he who is without orphans throw the first stone. The Intendant is lolling at Stonehenge. Yeah, we can dig right under that thing. Derek says, Purple Valkyrie, fancy meeting you here. Jedi Bill says hello to Derek McManus and good afternoon. Purple says, great to see What's This Face McWhatnot. What's This Face McWhatnot hails Deej Odyssey, and Deej hails back What's This Face McWhatnot. Eastland says, Trek is supposed to be about skilled professionals in space. If those persons are skilled professionals doing a job, I have no problem with them, whether they be female or male or non-binary or whatever. Absolutely. But to be specific, what I brought up was this was not about the women appearing on the show of Star Trek. This was, and it doesn't matter what her name was on Twitter. But I usually ignore, Twitter is a place where there are some epically, I don't want to call them an insulting name, but some epically wrong people that just talk and talk and talk as if they think they know something. And today I saw this woman, I don't know how old she is. She could have been anywhere from 20 to 50. I mean, she had a little tiny avatar. I didn't click on the avatar. I didn't see what she looked like other than to see it was the face of what appeared to be a woman. So she could even be younger. I have no idea. But literally, her text was, and this was responding to a guy who said that it was nice to see so many more women Star Trek fans as of late. That, when he was younger, it used to be dominated by men. To which she responded by saying, the majority of Star Trek fans have always been women. If you only saw men, it was because you were gatekeeping or otherwise giving off vibes. And I'm paraphrasing at this end. But basically, she's the one perfectly said that the majority of Star Trek fans have always been women. That's a one-for-one perfect quote. Then after that, it's a paraphrase where she says, if you haven't noticed it, it's your fault because you were either gatekeeping or you were giving off a vibe so as to scare away the women Trek fans, which is a whole load of bullshit. And I responded to her. She did not respond back to me. Fine, I don't care, but I had to just say, I'm sorry. Well, after a bunch of laughing faces, I said, oh, you're serious? And I said, no, I can assure you in 1969, the vast majority of Star Trek fans were male. And I don't know if I added it. I don't think I did because see, once you're right, all I had to do was prove is that at one point in history, or an early part in history, the majority weren't female, just to prove I was right. But I was going to add, and I probably would have if Twitter hadn't, cut off how much I could type. I was going to say, because in the 80s, I think I did ask. I said, have you ever been to an original series movie or a con before the year 2000? Because I'll tell you, I have. And if you ever went to an original series movie in the theater, right, in the 80s when they were coming out, or the early 90s, it was I didn't say this on Twitter because I didn't want to get banned, but it was a sausage fest. It was a sausage fest. And I brought one woman to a Star Trek convention with me in the late 90s, the one and only Star Trek convention I ever went to because it happened to be out in Long Island, nearby where I was going to school. And it was 9 men for every one woman in that show. And the woman I brought with me couldn't give a shit about Star Trek. She was just coming to be as a friend. And if she was interested in anything, it was other sci-fi fantasy stuff. Absolutely not Star Trek in any way, shape, or form. So I literally, it boggles my mind that there are people who have deluded themselves to actually believe that women have always been the majority of the Trek fandom. Like the majority of the Trek fandom, do they not understand? Now I'm saying, listen, I'm very happy whenever I meet a female Star Trek fan. Absolutely I am. Okay? I mean, nothing would have made me happier when, I was in my teenage years or my 20s to meet a female Star Trek fan. They were very few and far between. Yes, these days, you get a lot more women who will come out and say, oh, I'm a Star Trek fan. Not all of them are actual Star Trek fans. Lots of them are new Trek fans, but they don't really know what real Star Trek is. But okay, now that may be gatekeeping, but I still, there are plenty who actually know what Star Trek is, real Star Trek is. And that's great to see these people do exist, but they're not the majority. Okay. They are an unfortunate minority of the fandom. Not because I want them to be, just because that's what they simply are. And if you can delude yourself into, it's one thing to say it's great, women have made great strides, and now, men and women are Star Trek fans with about equal percentages. That's awesome. But don't delude yourself into thinking it was always that way. Yes, we had D.C. Fontana, who was a great woman in Star Trek and is responsible for much of what we love about the show. But at the time, she couldn't even use her real name because if she used Dorothy, people would have known she was a woman. If they just see D.C. Fontana, they just assume she's a dude. Yes, Mama Pray. Yeah, let me shut the camera for a minute. Okay. Mama Pray, we have shut the camera, so Mama Pray can go outside for a minute. I'll leave it out. I'll leave it off. I'm getting a message. Yeah, it's nobody. Nobody. Okay, Mom. Right.
Stay said.
So Jedi Bill says hello to Yosef. Sassy's going off. Yitza says Star Wars has boob armor. Star Trek has boobs in spandex. This is all true. This is all true. Derek says Jedi Bill, good evening. Deej says the bat suit had nipples. That is true. We saw a bat suit with nipples. Oh, I gotta find the word nipples. There we go. Admiral Saval says open Discord. I can't, Admiral. If I open Discord, it just will not connect. Okay, there is a VPN I'm logged into, and it doesn't work. Derek McManus says, let's talk about boobs. I wish I could, but we can't. Yosef says hello there to Jedi Bill. Chris Perzer says hail to Deej, and Deej says hail to Chris. Eastland says persons are also talking about Mandalorian armor boobs. Yeah, well, the problem is I've heard people talk about it, but since I don't watch Mandalorian, I really had nothing to say about it. But if other people want to talk about it, feel free. Derek says, Deej Odyssey, I dare you to tell Starry-Eyed Girl about the bat nipples. But does she not know? Jedi Bill says hello to Fluger. Fluger says hail to Jedi. Deej says he will, Derek. He's not scared. Eastland says, I remember Batman nipple controversy. Admiral says, I got a beagle puppy. You got a beagle puppy, Admiral Saval. Can you do you have Twitter, Admiral? Can you at BertoPray5 message me on Twitter or something? Oh, I want to see this beagle puppy. What's his name or her name, Admiral? Derek McManus says, Deej, Starry-Eyed Girl has a soft spot for the old bat nipples. Chris Burgess says, congrats to Admiral Saval. Admiral Saval says, I got a beagle female, Tasha Yar, Kernsnick, beagle bee puppy yesterday. Awesome. Eastland Burke called it. I don't know if I'd name my dog after Tasha Yar, but wait, Tasha Yar. Wait, is the dog's name Tasha Yar? Eastland Burkholder says maybe 40% female at most until very lately. Sexy leads draw in females. That would be my guess. Yeah, and I'm sure many of the earlier female fans, and I know, I mean, they've said this. They've read it in books about Star Trek. Many of the early Trek female fans were there for Spock, Kirk, and then they brought in Chekhov. They brought in Chekhov specifically for the young women, and they gave him the Beatles haircut, and he was supposed to be the heartthrob of the show. They brought in Chekhov for the young women, for the sex appeal. That's what they did. Now, I'm not saying that the female fans were any less fans than male fans. Absolutely not. But realistically, there were not more female fans of Star Trek than there were. Okay, if there were more female fans of Star Trek, then when you went to the movie theater to watch a Star Trek film, it would have been filled with women. If you went to a convention, it would have been filled with women. Instead, these places were filled with dudes. Lots and lots of dudes, usually going with other dudes, and the type of dudes that probably didn't have a lot of girlfriends, if you know what I mean. Not saying that because of their preference was to not have a girlfriend. I'm just saying that they weren't particularly popular at the time. Pflugerville says, one fact is that some of the best Trek stories were penned by women. Absolutely. And women have had an important part in the creation of Trek. I am in no way discounting that. That is in no way something I'm arguing against. The simple argument is the fact, the so-called fact that this person brought up to tell me and to tell all of Twitter that the majority of Trek fans have always been women. And the most hurtful or ridiculous part of that statement wasn't that she made it, okay? It wasn't that one person made this ridiculous comment. That wasn't what got me. What got me was that after she made this comment, instead of a dozen people telling her maybe she should recheck her facts, it was in fact dozens of people, especially guys, agreeing with her. Okay? A lot of guys like, oh yeah, I never thought of it that way, or you're so right, or I should open my eyes up more next time. What? Open your eyes up? What are you, forgetting what life was like for you for 20 years? I wanted to smack these people. I don't say call them, you know, like people are beta males or something, but Jesus Christ, stand up for your goddamn self. You lived through this. You know what she's saying is bullshit. Don't just agree with her because she's a woman and it's 2020. Teach her. Maybe you can't teach her, but don't agree with her. I don't care if Twitter bans me because I stood up to a woman. Fine. So be it. But I don't think they will. I don't think even Twitter has fallen that far. Robert Rose says boobs and boobs too. Lol. Jedi Bill says hello to Deej. Mako says Star Trek always had many female fans, but whether or not they were the majority, I don't know. Well, I know, Mako. I'm willing to bet big money. I know. Deej says hello again, Bill. Are you following him around? Lord Thoth says evening and everyone. Great to see you all. Good evening, Lord Thoth. Qapla. Jedi Bill says hello to Purple Valkyrie and good evening. Easlin says sci-fi reading and watching sci-fi has been more male than female. Yes. Carlo Albanese says Bird of Prey, is your audience mainly female in the same way as Star Trek? No. In fact, if you go to my YouTube statistics and pardon Purple Valkyrie and Eastlyn Burkholder and any other women that may be in the stream right now, including Mamo Prey and occasionally even Sisso Prey. But if you go to my YouTube analytics, YouTube says I have 0, big fat 0 female subscribers, female viewers. I have 0%. 0% of my viewers are female, according to YouTube. So I don't know what that means, Eastlyn and Purple. YouTube doesn't consider you guys women, or you gals women. What's this face McWhatnot says, my dad watched it, his brother watched it, my grandfather watched it, my grandmother watched High Chaparral when TOS came out, according to all of them. I don't know what High Chaparral is. What's this face McWhatnot? Eastlyn executive producer Saul Leibowitz. It's Qapla Bird of Prey. Did I miss Kissing Dax? Yes, you did. If I did, what's the reason to keep watching this show? What's the point of living? Well, there could always be more Kissing Dax. You never know if we're going to see the last Kissing Dax or not. Lord Thoth says time is all depending on perspective. No, time is absolute. Okay, Star Trek started in 1966. Okay, so if you're going to say always had more female, majority female fandom, then you have to be prepared to say that from 1966 onward, that females have always been the majority of fans. Period. Not one time, even for a day, is there more male fans than female fans. And I can tell you with absolute certainty, well into the 1990s, and probably didn't change until sometime in the 2000s or 2010s, was it a very male-dominated fandom. And I would argue it's probably still male dominated today, but it's more women, I would say, than ever before. But if women have become the majority in Star Trek fans, it is something very, very recent. Okay, since Discovery, not before that. Jedi Bill says, no, Deej, you're following him around. Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey, just watched the new Family Guy where Peter and Lois stuck in cutaways. That is like 2 weeks old for me, Dan. But yeah, it was a good one. Thomas says, tell Jedi Bill to wake up. Deej says, Jedi Bill. Thomas says, wake up. Valor, Qapla Valor 1 Omega says, Bird of Prey, how are you? Dr. Crusher, best looking woman in Trek. Certainly young season 1 and season 3. Dr. Crusher, very, very attractive woman. Thomas Potts says, VPN, what are you searching? Wait, I don't want to know. It's not a VPN for searching. It's a VPN for other things. And Toxic Male just donated $1. Thank you, Toxic Male. And says, just got the Valkyries up on stream and keep yourself off screen, Bird, and watch you explode channel-wise, I mean. Yes. If we could if I get the Valkyries to host my channel every day and I stayed off the channel, it probably would explode. And by channel numbers, obviously, not just. Anyway, here's this. Here's this for a confidence booster. Okay? Last Monday, I did the stream without the camera, right? If you remember last Monday, I just wasn't feeling up to it. I did the stream without the camera. The best numbers I've had in months. The best numbers I had in months. Now, granted, my birthday stream did eclipse it by just a little bit, but that was my birthday. Okay? I don't know. Maybe I am better off not using the camera. Maybe I am better off not using the camera. We'll see. We'll see what happens. This has been a pretty good stream as well, truth be told, and we've got the new artwork and stuff. But out of all my live streams, to see this one big spike, and it was a day I didn't have the camera on. I was like, maybe they're trying to tell me something. Maybe I'm better off without the camera. I don't know. That was my confidence booster for the week. William Devine says, hello world. Qapla, William Devine. Pflugerville Lold. Jedi Bill says hello to Carlo. Captain Track says, Chris Perza, nice to see you. Everybody's saying hello to everybody else. We'll skip a bunch of hellos. Dan23 says they're going to make a female-centric Star Wars Disney Plus show. Why not? Why not? Deej says hello to Thomas. Captain Track says, Chris, I think we will be the only crossing paths on here. Robert Rose Jr. says, Bird of Prey, as of now, it seems like Buck Rogers will be making a return to the screen, first in a movie, and perhaps more to follow afterwards. It's about time. Buck Rogers. I guess I'd watch it. I guess I'd be curious to see what they do. I mean, honestly, anytime somebody tells me something's coming back in 2020, my first thought is to shake in fear as, oh my God, what are they going to do to them? But I mean, if they could do it right, I guess I would watch. Derek says, it occurs to me that Bird would be fun guest for the Valkyrie stream. I've been a guest on the Valkyrie stream, I'm pretty sure. Deej says, I have no orphans, so I can throw stones. Damn it. I knew there was a problem with that plan. What's this face? Says the orphans sleep on the floor for free. Absolutely. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, I don't agree that every male character like the Doctor Who or James Bond needs to become a female. I don't see them doing that with females and making the characters male. No, and they're not going to, right? And God forbid, you know what? I'm kind of afraid that you said that. I was going to say, you don't see them making Cinderella a male. But you know what? Well, as soon as I thought that to myself, like, oh, they will. One day they will. It'll be Cinderella. Yeah. But they'd have to ban Cinderella. Oh, midgets. Oh, why? Oh, Snow White was the midgets. Cinderella to be banned. Oh, because of the fairy godmother. Yeah, you can't have a fairy godmother. You have a fairy godfather, perhaps. Oh, yeah, you can. Derek says, Anita, Queen of the Cesspool? I don't know what they're talking about there. Dean says, now Pickles is following him around. LDG says, good track might be dead, but remember, canon is what you make it. So make it a good one. Chris says, Captain Track, little ships at Space Dock. Like ships at Space Dock. Excuse me. There was no little in there at all. Chris Burrs says, Captain Track, like ships at Space Dock. And Jedi Bill says hello to D.D. Myers. What's this face is still? It's so many hellos. So many hellos back and forth in the chat. We have the most polite chat. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says, Bird of Prey. People who talk and act like they know everything when they really know nothing are called executive producers of Star Trek Discovery. You're right. You're right. That person is duly qualified to become an executive producer at Star Trek Discovery. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, you should see the video of the singer Rihanna and how she was first introduced to Star Trek. Nice story. Okay, I haven't seen that. I'll keep an eye out. I'll keep an eye out. Dan says, Bird have always been female Star Trek fans. Some were inspired by female character in Trek, and that's why they like Star Trek. Yes, I'm not saying there were no female Star Trek fans. It's just that they were greatly outnumbered by the male Star Trek fans for the first, 45 years. Derek McManus says, I'd identify as a woman, but as a huge 6'2" man, do you think anyone would fall for it? Well, it's not for them to fall for it, Derek. They would have to respect your opinion. Or at least, government ones would have to respect your opinion. Private citizens, it's still up for debate. What's his face McWhatnot says, that ridiculous poppycock. My mom didn't watch Star Trek. Well, mine does, but yeah, it doesn't offset the other 2 billion. Jedi Bill says, hey, Deej and Thomas, I am very much awake. Very cool. Eastland says, Cora agrees with you. Jedi Bill says, hello, Eastland Burkholder. Good evening. Let's see. Dan23 says, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but the reason Majel Barrett played number 1 in The Cage is because Gene Roddenberry couldn't get the TV executives to let her be captain. I don't know about that. I thought that he wanted a position on the show for his wife. May goes as Bird of Prey. I've been to London and Berlin, conversations, and there are many women, so not sure where the sausage fests are. May go. United States between, say, 1980 and 1995 to 2000. Were there more women at your cons and at your theaters watching Star Trek than men? That would be my question. Carlo Albanese says men don't count. And maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's only in America that Star Trek was almost exclusively male dominated. Maybe outside of the United States, it really was more women Trek fans than male. If that's true, I want to know. I wasn't asking. I've never been to a Star Trek movie, TOS movie in a theater outside the United States when it originally played. I've never been to a Star Trek convention outside the United States. I've never been to a Star Trek convention outside New York, for that matter. Maybe it's different. So if that's the case, let me know. Thomas Potts says that woman brought with me could give a shit about Star Trek. He was just coming to be as a friend. No, I didn't say he. I said she. Eastland says 10 to 15%. I would agree, and I would guess in the early days, looking up surveys. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey, you're correct. New track is not real track. Chili Chow, Qapla, Chili Chow says, hey, everybody. Welcome, Keely. Where are we? Chris Berger says, if only there were more women like you, Purple Valkyrie. Yes. Mago says, if one thing to argue about whether or not they were the majority, but there were always women there with track. Nobody, not saying that at all. Nobody said there were no women. No one ever said that. The thing was, were they the majority of the fans for the entire 50-plus year run of Star Trek? Dan 23 says, sorry, Michelle Barrett, auto name. Yeah, no problem. Robert Rose says, well, it's a woman. It was a woman that led the letter writing campaign to get the third season of TOS after all. Yes, that's true. And there were women on the writing staff. There were women involved behind the scenes. Hell, Lucille Ball. Without Lucille Ball, there'd probably not be Star Trek at all. But that isn't the question. The question is the fans and the fandom. And were they majority male or not? Eastland says, I was born in 1962, talked about Star Trek with males, rarely with females. I would agree. Yes, Mama Pray. What can you pray? That full one and more female. Right. Mama Pray is saying it'd be like somebody saying Super Bowl I had more female than male fans. It wasn't even called the Super Bowl, but it's just patently ridiculous. Yes, you can find a lot of females football fans today. That doesn't mean there were always more. Right. Dan 23 says, have women dominated Star Trek Enterprise was referred to as she. That the ships are often referred to as she's. Joseph says, the armor controversy is as stupid as the people who run with it. Mago says, Bird of Prey, not to mention that Bezo Trimble was the woman who started the Save Track campaign in the 60s. Most of the other people there were women too. Were there at the Save Track campaign? I mean, to be honest, if you're doing any type of campaign, it's more productive if women are the face of it. That's just science. What's his face, McWhatnot says, sadly, very few people of either gender have as much sense as you, Purple Valkyrie. And by that, I mean lots of people lack similar taste to mine. Captain Trek says, Bird of Prey, you can DM him at Admiral Saval. Well, he can DM me as well, I imagine. But I will copy that. Purple Valkyrie says, lol, what's the say? Knock. Todd Tyler has 3 beagles. One is Loki and another is Thor. Very cool, Todd. I have Sassy. Chris Perzer says, Purple Valkyrie, wow, I made you blush. Gonna have to purchase online lottery tickets. Seems tonight is my lucky night. Dan says, I've seen a lot of Star Trek commercials and they don't have many females in it. Dan says, a lot of Star Trek video games you play as a male. Bee's Nest Films says Qapla. Well, Qapla. Close enough, Bee's Nest. Thomas Potts says, wait, Bird of Prey. No, I did not. I did not go to a gay bar. I don't know where that came from. What's his face says hello to Bee's Nest. Admiral Spouse says, tweeted me. Very cool, Admiral. Very cool. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey. If most Trek fans are women, then why are so many male Trekkie virgin jokes? Well, just because they're women doesn't mean that they're attracted to male Trekkies. But I think that there's, I think that there is some truth to the humor. Okay, you had the typical Star Trek fan, nerdy Star Trek fan, right? There weren't a lot of girls that were Star Trek fans. If there were, it would have been a lot more socially acceptable to be a Star Trek fan. Yitza says all these guys are not allowed to open their eyes and cast that male gaze. Yeah. They're ready to apologize for being men. Dan says, annoying when I was younger that if you said you like Star Trek, then someone would turn around and call you a nerd. Well, now people don't seem to mind being called a nerd. People try to actively be called nerds because now, what happened to the nerds? They went on to be generally successful people who made a lot of money for the most part. So now everybody wants to be a nerd. Thomas's bird of prey, send her to Fine University of Caroga. She probably could do for an education at Fine University. What's his face says they are trying to butter her up because she's a chick and they're sad sack losers, bird of prey. I don't know if that's it, if that's really it. What's his face? I'd kind of feel less bad if that were it, but I honestly don't think it is. I think they're like literally apologizing because they feel that just because they're male, they were born wrong somehow. Eastlands is looking for surveys on the internet, 10 to 15% at most until cosplay became a thing. Derek McManus says fat bottom girls. Captain Track says good night to Purple Valkyrie. Good night, Purple Valkyrie. Derek McManus says, Eastland, sorry to hear that you are not lady. You are not ladies today? Oh, because YouTube says they're not. Purple says, we'll work on that bird of prey. Bring some more ladies over. Yes. I would appreciate it. YouTube thinks there are none. Eastland says, so fools can't tell I'm a female. Good to know. I write like a male, I'm told. Haha. I honestly didn't know for a while until you told me, Eastland. I just, since like 90% of my audience is male, or at least that's my guesstimate, I just kind of assume everybody's a male until they say otherwise. Mike Richards says they make a rockin' world go round. Derek McManus says, hi, Chaparral is a Western TV series from the old days. I did not know that. Dan23 says, bird of prey, I just checked my YouTube analytics and it says I have 0.9% female subscribers. So that's 0.9% more than me. What's his face? McWhatnot says, hi, Chapel was a Western. The point is my grandmother did not watch Star Trek. I gotcha. Yitz says we were all female once. I disagree. Derek says, to be fair, ladies looks rather smart in TOS uniform. They do. They absolutely do. Thomas says, bird of prey, would you explode like Deej Odyssey? No. Lord Thought says, Star Trek has always been and still is a male-dominated fandom. I appreciate the female fans. However, Star Trek has always been open to everyone. Absolutely. Just don't tell me bullshit and expect me to believe it. Derek McManus says, the Valkyries rock. You should collaborate, Bird. We have. I'm 99% sure we have, and I would certainly go on the Valkyries again if they'd have me. Purple Valkyrie says, keep the camera, bird of prey. We love to see you. Oh, thank you, Purple. See, somebody made me feel good. Admiral Saval says, go to my Twitter. Okay, Admiral. I got to take a pill. So I'm going to put on a commercial. And then we're going to go to Admiral Saval's Twitter because I want to see this beautiful baby beagle.
Wardrobe essentials are on sale through Saturday at Sears, where America shops for value.
Jordache has the fit that's right. The Jordache look. The Jordache look.
You're feasting your eyes on the 6-meal cake. Streusel Swirl from Pillsbury. Meal number 1, a fancy feast for your company. Number 2, a yummy dessert for your kids. 3, a breakfast cake to make you forget coffee cake. 4, a lunchbox cake that doesn't all stick to the wrapping. 5, the best break a coffee break ever had. 6, dessert the second night, still firm and fresh. Streusel Swirl, the sensational 6-meal cake.
The Jordan Marsh Super Sale is on.
Super!
This is the place for spectacular store-wide savings.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday only. Save 25 to 50% on selected fashions, accessories, housewares, and more.
Super!
Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. 3 days of sizzling savings of 25 to 50%. The Super Sale at Jordan Marsh is on.
This is the place, Jordan Marsh.
One Day at a Time has moved. The craziest cast of characters in some of their zaniest adventures ever. Now come to you in the morning at a brand new time. Anything goes, and it usually does. So be sure to watch us, because it all happens one day at a time. Now at 10 Eastern, 9 Central and Pacific.
There really is a Kentucky Fried Chicken school.
Yep, today we're making the Colonel's original recipe.
What have you learned?
Fresh chicken makes the best chicken.
And that we use 11 herbs and spices.
Oh, but that's the Colonel's secret. And special pressure cooking.
So it's always tender and juicy.
Looks like you've learned to make great chicken.
Only way to serve our customers right.
It's so nice to live. So good about a meal. So good about Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Divert auxiliary power to deflectors.
I've been playing daughter roles for so long that people forget I'm grown up with kids of my own. I'm certainly grown up enough to know that soap can dry out your face. So I wash with Noxema skin cream every day. Noxema makes my face feel really clean. It doesn't dry, puts moisture in, makes my skin feel soft, younger looking. I've been washing with Noxema for a long time now, and, well, so far so good.
Good skin starts with Noxema every day. Greaseless, medicated Noxema skin cream.
Kodak introduces the extraordinary Kodamatic trim print instant color film. Unlike the ordinary instant print, the extraordinary trim print lets you lift off the image to capture the color just the way you like it. And now look how slim I am. I slip easily into places the ordinary bulky instant doesn't fit. So you can keep me in style here in your album with your regular pictures. You can trim me. Watch it. And I'm so thin you can put me where you couldn't put an ordinary instant picture. You can show me off. You can do all kinds of things with me that you can't do with an ordinary instant picture. Here I am, with the new Kodamatic trim print instant color film.
Anyone can do extraordinary things. But he didn't tell you trim print is only for Kodamatic instant cameras.
You didn't tell me it's only from Kodak.
What?
You didn't tell him it was only from Kodak.
Extraordinary.
Thank you. Trim print, the extraordinary new instant color film from Kodak.
Hello, world. We're back. Sorry about that. So, Admiral Saval, I'm at your Twitter page, but it is pending you to accept my friendship or whatever it is, because your tweets are protected. So I have it up, but we will come back to it in a few minutes. Hopefully, Admiral Saval will accept it. I'm at BertoPray5, and then I'll have access to your photos and your tweets and be able to show off your photos of your puppy. And you can also send me a direct message on Twitter if you want, however you want to do it. But it's going to take a couple minutes. Admiral Saval, okay, I did that. Eastland says, I found 22% female Star Trek fan statistic in 2010, up from 10 to 15% I found in other sources. I would say that was probably legit, and I'd say in 2020, it damn well might be close to 50-50. Oh, and John Araki gave a $1 super chat while we were at commercial. Thank you so much, John Araki. Qapla. Greatly appreciated. I would bet it's probably close to 50%. It might even be 55% at this point now in 2020, but it wasn't in 2000. It wasn't in 1990. It wasn't in 1980. It wasn't in 1970. And it sure as hell wasn't in 1966 through 69. Dan23 says, in case you didn't read my last comment, I heard on the radio yesterday that Quantum Leap reboot may be happening next year. Wow, that would be interesting. A lot of reboots. How can they do these reboots if everything is closed because of the virus? What's his face as well? There's Cinderella with Jerry Lewis. God. Derek McManus says Bonanza was a top show, and it was a Dado Praise, one of Dado Praise favorite shows. There's a pub apparently the highest in Ireland on the Glenshire Pass called the Ponderosa. Map on the wall and everything. Yeah, Ponderosa. There's a restaurant, or there used to be a restaurant. I think there's still some called the Ponderosa here. Really good. I mean, it is. It is not exactly fine dining. It is a place where you pay like $12 for a all-you-can-eat buffet that has just about everything, and then for like $5 to $10 or less, you can add on an entree in addition to that, and then you get you can just literally go up and take 50 chicken wings, make your tacos, pizza, meatballs, all types of food, salad, full salad bar, whatever you want. Oh, then there was a sundae, a dessert bar. Oh man, well, man, that was a nice place to eat. Closed down. It was upstate in the Adirondacks. Could never get away with that here in the city. Captain Trax says, Bird of Prey, of course you wanted on many channels. I am not, but you are a big-time YouTuber, and I am an unknown. Captain Track, I'm sure people would love you to have you on, too. But yeah, of course, when you have somebody with a bigger YouTube channel, it helps. It helps getting the invitation, right? I mean, let's face it. It's just the way the world works. I mean, yeah. It's just the way the world works. I obviously I don't have much to offer here except my keen insights on Star Trek and my small but monetized channel numbers. Dan23 says, one day you won't be able to see a single thing Disney does unless you have Disney Plus. You know what, Dan? I kind of hope that day comes sooner than later. Then I won't have to worry about what Disney does. Ever. Eastland says, what's this face? I'm very, sorry, not Eastland. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz, my bad. Says, what's this face? I'm very serious when I say this. I would like Shaniqua Martin Green to be the new Wilmer Deering in Buck Rogers reboot. Interesting. Eastland says, sorry, Derek, if you got called sir. Ha ha ha. Jesting. People misidentified me as male and mispronounced my name. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, Eastland. No reboots, absolutely. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, I saw a TV guide, a Disney movie I was set to watch. An announcer said it was canceled. Then an advert for Disney Plus came on telling you how to get and watch the movie. Yeah. Sci-Fi Guys is Bird of Prey, Cinderella back in the 60s, I think. It starred Jerry Lewis, if I'm correct. Thanks, love your show. And the Bird family, thank you. And Mama Prey is now remembering Cinderella. Yeah, he knew it. I didn't. He did. Derek McManus says, in US of A, I've been to New York, Florida, Iowa, and Minnesota. That is quite the interesting mix of states you've been to, Derek. Okay, I can understand New York. I can understand Florida. What brought you to Iowa or Minnesota? Maybe you had family there. Maybe you had family. Dan23 says, Bird of Prey, do you like the actress Katie Sackhoff? Yeah, I have no problem with her. I think she's a good enough actress. I really liked her in Longmire. I know everybody says Battlestar Galactica, but I really liked her in Longmire. Happy. I hear she's been in The Mandalorian recently. I know Nerdrotic said that she should have been Captain Marvel, and I think she probably would have been a little old to be Captain Marvel. To be blunt, I mean, don't get me wrong. I like Katie Sackhoff as an actress, but I don't think she would have been the right age to play Captain Marvel. Like Amanda Tapping, also another great actress who I wouldn't mind seeing in more shows and more movies, but probably would not have been the right age to play Captain Marvel. And I know everybody wanted to say, well, this person would do a better job than Brie Larson. And I'm sure there are plenty of women out there who would have done a better job than Brie Larson. I just can't think of them at the moment, because to be completely honest, I don't know a hell of a lot of young actress names anymore. I never really did, and I certainly don't anymore. Carlo Albanese says, praise Caroga. Absolutely. Valor 1 Omega says, Bird of Prey. The only female track fans I knew growing up was my grandmother, my mom, and my sisters. Viv was saying that she was the only girl in her town she knew of that was a track fan. So it seems to agree. And yet you found her. So congrats to you, Valor. Congrats to Valor and Viv. Dan says, I'm not sure I've been to a Star Trek convention. I do remember as a kid, I went somewhere and touched a TOS transporter console replica. It's a pretty good chance it was a convention. Ion, hey Alberto Prey, and happy belated birthday to you. So why do you think the ideals of the Federation failed? Just because you couldn't travel around as fast as you used to, or was it just that fragile? Poor writing, Ion. Poor writing is why the ideals of the Federation failed. To be honest, the Federation almost failed many, many times. Okay, I mean, in the Next Generation, in Conspiracy, those parasites were like 2 guys away from controlling the entire Federation. Okay, again in the Next Generation, the Federation was almost taken over by aliens with that holographic game that you put on your eyes. They almost took over the entirety of Starfleet. Okay, and of course in DS9, and also in TNG, there's the Borg. The Borg in Best of Both Worlds, the Borg in First Contact, in Star Trek IV, the Whale Probe, and in DS9, the War with the Dominion. On all of these, and in TNG, in the alternate timeline, the War with the Klingons, the Federation was about to lose all of these things. So to be honest, I'm kind of surprised the Federation existed for as long as it did. It really was not a perfectly run system. It was brought to its knees time and time and time again. So the fact that it didn't survive the burn, or it did survive, but it's drastically smaller, honestly isn't too surprising. What is surprising is that what's left of it is hiding in a bubble in space and is not on a planet or in a starbase somewhere. That's where the bad writing comes in. The fact that it shrinks dramatically as warp travel, and again, it's bad writing that they have to go so slow, because in 930 years, they should have transporter tech to transport you from planet to planet. Hell, we saw this tech in use in Star Trek Picard. We saw this tech in use in Star Trek Voyager in the Delta Quadrant. So this tech shouldn't be new. It existed. And we saw it in use in the JJ timeline, in the TOS era of the JJ timeline. You could beam from Kronos to Earth. So all of these things should be available without dilithium. That's bad writing. Let's see. Dan says, Bird of Prey, in fact, of the 97 numbered tiles in the original Star Trek novel line, 58 of them were written by women. That's 60%, a clear majority. Yes. Okay, those are writers of books. Fans, I'm not sure. Purple Valkyrie says, we'd love having you join us, Bird of Prey. You're always welcome anytime. Thank you so much, Purple Valkyrie. Well, we'll figure out a time again. I'd like to go back on, say hello again to everybody. Purple Valkyrie says, no, I'll be awake for a while yet. What's the space? It's still early for her. Very cool. Very cool. Captain Track says, Purple Valkyrie, let me know next time Bird of Prey will be on. Even though I will never be on, I will watch Bird of Prey over there. Captain Track, why would you never, ever be on? Dan doing Bird of Prey, do you like how the KFC guys look? The KFC guys in the KFC commercial? I didn't really think about how they looked. Dan, I wouldn't say they bothered me at all. Dan says, Bird of Prey, some things being released for TV may have already been filmed. Yeah, but that's got to be drying up. That has to be drying up. And he also says, Dan, Lord Green Bonanza, the original Battlestar Galactica. I don't know what that means. Oh, Lord Green was the father in Bonanza and the original Battlestar Galactica. Gotcha. Thank you, Mama. Right. Deej Odyssey is saying Dear Bop now. Yes, we're going to get to Dear Bop. Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey, Voyager managed to stop species 8472 from, yes, another one that almost infiltrated Starfleet. And Dan also says, Bird of Prey, in one of the movies, I think Insurrection may have challenged by every, yes, Starfleet has been challenged by every major power. This is all true. Nitpicking Nerd says, if Species 8472 were training how to infiltrate the Academy and even mimicking Boothby, they must have had a way to get to Earth quickly. Why didn't Voyager ask them to bring them to Earth in the end? Yeah, it's a pretty good question. That can go in one of the many chances Captain Janeway missed getting the crew back to Earth. Kennewick Sapien says, why didn't Voyager ask them to bring them to Earth in the end? Rick Berman and Pratt and Bragar forgot. Well, I think they still wanted a show. Chris says, the rumors that Purple Valkyrie actually sleeps are mere groundless rumors. Valkyries do not sleep. They consume more mead. Okay, so I know everybody wants Dear Bop, but we're going to first check and see what's going on with Admiral Saval. Did he? No, we're still pending, so I don't have pictures of his beagle yet. Okay, so with that, we will go to Dear Bop. And Dan 23 says, Bird of Prey, a starbase can be on a planet or a space station. Well, it could definitely be a space station. Would you call it a starbase on a planet? I don't know about that. I mean, I'm not going to argue, but it just seems weird. Kennewick says, wow, Bird reading the chat, hit the express mode. Kennewick, it got to the point where I was only reading the chats that had @BirdOPrey5, which, as you know, I often have to do at some point. And Dan was the only one using @BirdOPrey5. So, yes, I did skip a lot of chats, but if they had @BirdOPrey5 in them, I will read them. So if you missed your chat, put it in @BirdOPrey5 and then type it in again, and I will read it now. It's always best to use @BirdOPrey5 if you want me to read your chat during the stream. That's the only thing I ask. Doesn't have to be a super chat, just at BirdoPray5. Chris Perzer says, Deej Odyssey. I think the message finally got to him, to the Dear Bops. Yes. Carlo Albanese says, wouldn't 8472 get the records of Earth from Voyager, or even better, the Borg? That's also a possibility. Maybe the Borg had those extensive records. These are all good questions. These are all good questions. Dear Bop. Oh, Dear Bird. Oh wait, no, this is the one I read out to Mamo Pray last time. I just forgot to. Okay. This is the first new Dear Bop. This is the first new Dear Bop. Dear Bop, I am so glad the election is over. I am sorry, but not all Democrats are the same. I am left-leaning moderate. I support issues on both sides, but I am happy that Trump did not win the election. I support gun control. No one needs automatic weapons. They are used to kill, not for hunting or simple protection, and ID should be required to vote. Do you think I would get along better with you or Sisopre? Well, are you a Star Trek fan? Because if you're a Star Trek fan, then you'd get along better with me. If you're not a Star Trek fan, then you'd probably get along better with Sisopre. I will tell you, from what I know of Sisopre, she is generally pro-gun, pro-Second Amendment, and I don't want to mansplain or I don't know, what would this be considered? Conservative splain to you. But the point of the Second Amendment is not to protect my right to hunt or even my right to self-defense. The point of the Second Amendment is to protect me from a tyrannical government. So yes, I do need automatic weapons to do that. Okay, if that's the point. Now you say, well, the government could call in an airstrike. They could, but that would look very bad for them if they had to airstrike an entire town to take someone out. And maybe the day comes it gets to that. I don't know. But if you had an automatic weapon, you have a hell of a, excuse me, not even automatic, semi-automatic. Automatic weapons are already illegal for the most part. They already passed that back in 1920 because Tommy guns were doing so much damage. It's almost impossible for a regular person to get a permit for an automatic weapon. So forget automatic weapons, just semi-automatic weapons, which means that you have to pull the trigger each time to shoot. Those are the ones that should be legal. And yes, yeah, neither of us are for gun control. I'm for people control. I'll tell you that. People control through the use of guns if need be, but hopefully not. Last resort, but yeah, they should be there. So I don't know. And for voting, an ID to vote, yes, I agree. Everybody should have an ID to vote. And I believe Sisopre also agrees with an ID to vote, which is something that, no, I thought she told me she did, which I know most Democrats do not seem to agree with, but I believe Sisopre even told me that she understood that. She didn't understand why somebody would be against that. And, you know, I understand why people are against that, but, you know, she didn't. Now I might be wrong on the vote thing. I'm 87% sure I'm right. But either she'll, if she's watching, she'll enter in the chat that I'm wrong or something. But, so I think, yeah, to be honest, I don't know that politically we'd get along too much on either side, but if you were a Star Trek fan or just a smart person otherwise, you'd always be welcome. I'd welcome discussion. I'd welcome debate. I'd welcome I'd welcome spirited debate if you would debate. So in that respect, you'd probably get along better with me. Sissopray, she just doesn't like, maybe it's just me she doesn't like to debate, but she generally doesn't like arguing her positions. Thomas Potts says, Bird of Prey, well, of course Sissopray is pro-gun. You are her brother. Wow. Wesley Crusher, Qapla Wesley. Says, Bird of Prey, greetings birds, turds, and nerds. Greeting Wesley. Carlo Albanese says, Bird of Prey, Obama looked good, but it wasn't an American town. That's true. But that was the whole point. It wasn't an American town. It was only an American citizen. Wesley Crusher says, Bird of Prey, where is your other red shirt? This is the red shirt I'm wearing today, the DS Niners red shirt, Wes. And check out that cool artwork behind me that Mamo Prey put up today. Tim Christ says, Bird of Prey, automatic weapons are possible to own. Yeah, I know. They're expensive. There's a whole lot of paperwork. For all practical purposes, they're very hard to own. And it's Norwell Health. Do you have it? I'll get it. I got it. Hello? Oh, it's okay. They're confirming your appointment. Yes. Yeah, I don't know if there wasn't anything about pressing 1 yet. So Tim Christ says automatic weapons are possible to own, but they require extensive permits and licenses are required before acquiring them, and purchasing one is expensive. Yes, yeah, it is crazy expensive and difficult to get, but it is possible. Dear Bop, so this will be my final Dear Bop for a while because, well, the trolls won. I don't know who the assholes are, but I have a couple theories as to who it is and who like to keep taking shots at me, but I'm just done with it and them. Whether it's whoever the soft putty person is, the person who talks about me needing help pooping. I'm sorry, I'm laughing. Or with the incontinence, it doesn't matter. I am done. I have my theories who these people are, but since I have no proof and just theories, I'll keep my opinions to myself. To whoever those individuals are, but screw you. I have not met a single person from this chat personally, so I don't know what your grudge is. But get over it. Your jokes, just like you, aren't clever, aren't funny, and they're not even very original. So why don't you go outside and play hide and go F yourself? Bird, you are awesome. I'll make sure to watch the replays. I will lurk. But to whoever keeps shitting on me, thanks for ruining the fun. Piss off. Gary Katzer, RXP Rock Solid Productions. Very, very sorry, Gary. If you're watching this, do not let the trolls win. Don't let them win, man. Just come here. Okay? It's words. You've heard sticks and stones will break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Those are just losers on the internet saying nonsense. Just ignore them, man. Don't let them get to you. And I will do my best to keep Soft Putty out, but it's anonymous, so it happens. Nope, not going to read that. Not going to read that at all. Ice. Dear Bop, can you play a lowly little channel out? Can you help a lowly little channel out and tell people I will be doing an Animal House review at 7 p.m. Central this evening? Thanks. Hail on Caroga. Oops, I mean, hail Caroga. I assume that's Deej Odyssey. So he didn't put in the channel name, but I'm assuming it's Deej. Guys, check out Deej's channel at 7 p.m. Central. That's an hour and a half. He'll be doing Animal House review on his channel. This was the one he had to delay because he was ill this past, past Friday, I believe. So check it out. Be there if you can. I will try to be there. Being recently seen Animal House myself, I'll try and show up. That is the Deej Odyssey. And if anybody, if my mods or Deej, if you're here, you could put the link in the channel. That would be helpful. Let's see. Wesley Precious, a soft buddy is a piece of turd. Absolutely. Dear Bop, son of a bitch, forgot to say who I was asking for the promotion of Animal House show. Deej. Yes, I figured that out, Deej. Those brain cells of mine, once in a while they actually fire and they remind me of things. So I confirm now it is Deej's channel. Guys, check out Deej. And there, Chris Perzer put in a link to Deej's stream. Awesome. Thank you so much, Chris. Greatly appreciated. Okay, do we have any more Dear Bops? We got one more Dear Bop. Deej says I did that on purpose. Of course you did, Deej. Dear Bop, I swear that wasn't me this time, boss. With the ice wallow? Yeah. Sure. Sure it wasn't. Sure it was. Okay. Let's go back to, let's check. Well, let's check one more time. Do we get anything from Admiral? Okay. Let me try this. I've never tried disconnecting the VPN while I'm streaming. So there's maybe a 1 in 10 chance this will disconnect my stream. So if I do go, apologies. But that's so be it. Give me a minute and let me see if I can disconnect the VPN. Was it Font Client? Fonty Client? Disconnect X. Testing. Can you still hear me? Yes, you can. Oh, Admiral Saval said emailed the pics. You emailed the pics. Okay, well, let me see if Discord will open now. Downloading update. Yes, we have it open. We have it open. Tasha Yar Kirschnick. It's a very dark picture. Aw. Okay, Admiral, which is the best picture? Which is the best picture? Copy link. Copy link. Okay. Okay. Okay, so this is the first picture. It's a little dark. of Admiral Saval's new Beagle puppy. And here is a slightly better picture. Look at how little this Beagle is. This is how little this Beagle is, Tasha Yar. Kirschnick. I'm not really sure how to pronounce the last name, but very, very cool, Admiral Saval. I wish you best of luck with the Beagle puppy. Do be aware, Beagles are tough dogs to, they're tough to train. They eat a lot. They will keep eating. They don't know to stop to eat. So you've got to prevent them from eating themselves to death. Like literally, they would just eat themselves to death if allowed. And they're probably going to howl a lot. So always, don't get mad at them for howling. That's what they were bred to do. Captain Trax is rock solid. Do not let the trolls win. They are losers. Anyone writing soft putty can play and hide and go. Yeah, play, hide, and go F yourself. Absolutely. Captain Trax is bird of prey. Yes, sticks and stones can break your bones, but words can and do hurt you just as they can. They cannot break bones. And Captain Track, I get words can hurt, but if you let words hurt, they hurt. Okay, and I'm not going to go down the rabbit hole of saying words can hurt you, because if words can hurt you, then you're literally admitting that speech can be a physical assault. And once you agree that speech can be an assault, well, there goes free speech. Okay, you can't have it both ways. You can't say I'm pro free speech, but also that speech can hurt me. Because if speech can hurt you, then you're basically saying then you're not for free speech anymore. And you know what? I'd rather take some jabs that, yeah, they make me feel bad when they call me fat, ugly, a cripple. So what? I mean, doesn't really matter at this point. Nobody. I'm just saying. And what are they going to say? What are they going to say? They say, "Oh, you're stupid. It's terrible." I mean, listen. When I was a kid, I cried. I was sad. It upset me. Oh, I'm never going to have any friends. And now what? Now I'm king of Caroga. Doesn't matter. It really didn't matter. I should have known better then, and I certainly know better as an adult. And yeah, if I had kids and I saw them being bullied and people calling them names and them crying because of it, it would get me in my heart and I would feel so bad for them. And I would get angry at the kids that were doing it. And I'd get angry at the kids' parents that were letting them do it. And I would probably say some things that I probably shouldn't say. And God knows what I would do. But in the end, I would know if I admitted that that was hurting, that was any type of physical assault, then I would be kissing my entire beloved freedom of speech goodbye. So I'm sorry, but I cannot subscribe to the theory that words can hurt you like or worse than physical pain. I just can't. I know it's sad. I know it is. I know it's tough. Believe me, I've been there. But it is not the same. Thomas says, where did Bird of Prey go? I'm right here. Yeah. And the Carogan dog catcher. And we got another kissing Dax. See, this is why I said we never know when the last kissing Dax is going to be. Caroga Dog Watcher with the $1 donation says, we just got your text. We will get Saval's dog for you, my lord. We just can't get Auntie. Turtlestand security is tough. Hail Caroga. No, Admiral, I've not put out any type of APB for your dog. I do wish you and your dog good luck, and I hope a very happy doggy. Hope you have a very happy doggy for a long, long time to come. Yes, Mama Pray. Mama Pray. Mama Pray says it will only take a week for the puppy to train you, Admiral. You will get trained, not the dog. And don't feel that as an insult. Sassy trained us. Sassy trained all of our dogs did. The Sassy and the beagles that preceded her did. Admiral's Wall says, check Dear Bop. Okay, Admiral. I will. Deej says, Bird of Prey, you ain't fat, but you could use some turtle wax for that dome of yours. Yeah, well, I forgot I was bald too. Forgot I was bald too. Joseph says, Bird of Prey, recently I'm on Facebook talking to idiots, actually enjoying it if I'm bullied first, and then I strike and make them look as stupid as possible. The problem is, Joseph, they're probably not smart enough to realize you've beaten them. Okay, when you have people that are too stupid to understand they've been bested, you kind of loses, any hope, or you're like, yes, I bested them. Now they're going to feel bad about themselves. But then you realize they're too stupid to know they've been bested. No. It's just a risk you have anytime you argue with someone on the internet. Okay, let's head over to the Dear Bops. Let's see. Admiral Saval, there we go. Tasha Yar Kernsnick. Quite a few photos. Are these the same ones that? It'll take a minute to download, I assume. Yeah, this is the same ones I show, but bigger. Aw, look at that. Look at that puppy. Look at that puppy. And so let's see, this is probably a dark one. Yeah, it's very dark. Very cool, Admiral. Best of luck with your doggy, with Tasha. Very cool. Very, very cool. Okay. One last time to the stream, and then we'll probably head on out. Derek McManus says, oh my. Dan Twins says, Star Trek needs to go back to using wide beam settings on phasers. What's his face says, oh, and him claiming he wasn't late, also per usual, Project Storytime. Eastlands has been called many things in my lifetime. Like Bird says, do not let the bullies win by getting ran off by rude people. I am 57 and still need to grow that thick skin. People are mean sometimes. People are mean a lot of the time. People suck. That's why dogs are better. I'm sorry. Dogs are better than people in every conceivable way, except two. Project Storytime says, lol, what's this Facebook, whatnot, so normal stream. Deed says, Eastland, you shouldn't give ages here. Only makes me happy to know I'm not the oldest one here. Kidding. He's not kidding. Although we always know Anti-Tracker is older than all of us. Critter Kitty, what? Who said that? Eastland says, Critter the Kitty says, give the beagle a mackerel. Wow. Derek McManus says, Eastland, I just laugh at mean people and give them the appropriate hand gestures. Absolutely. Jedi Bill says, hello to Project Storytime and good evening. Darth Maul says, saw the title. Who's into female domination? That is not what this is about, son of a bitch. I probably have to change the title now, or YouTube is gonna... YouTube has already gone ahead and demonetized this stream. YouTube has started demonetizing every single stream I do. And I've got to go back, and every single time they say, oh, good news, it's passed. I thought the whole point of us self-rating the videos was that they could use it. And I had perfect rating. And then they just started one day demonetizing every video I do. As soon as it's over, I check it. It says this has been demonetized. Okay, I go and I put it in. And okay, after a day or two, it says, oh, it's been, you're right. We shouldn't have demonetized it. It's been every live stream for like 2 to 3 weeks now. And it's getting old. It's getting old. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, Burr, just got here. You can't. And now, Wesley, you were here, Wes. You were here earlier. Project Story Times says, social media is a toxic black hole. Glad I left Twitter and Facebook. Good for you, Project Story Time. I don't leave Facebook because I have so many family members. So it's my only real contact to. Like half the family. I'd have to call them on the phone if I left Facebook, and I don't want to do that. Dan says, Bird of Prey, Professor Farnsworth. Good news, everyone. Wesley says, Bird of Prey, YouTube has put you on the bad list. Yeah, apparently, Wes. Apparently. And Darth Maul's getting old, just like Anti-Trekker. We're all going to get as old as Anti-Trekker one day. But then Anti-Trekker will be older than us, so it'll be okay. Oh, look, Jeff, I'm rhyming like you. Chris says, nuts door-to-door salesman took me away from the Beagle puppy pics. Oh, okay. We can do one more Beagle puppy pic. I've got it still up. Here's a sleepy puppy, and there's a upside down puppy. There you go, Chris. There you go. Okay, guys, with that, we're going to call it an evening. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. And Admiral Saval, thank you for sharing pictures of Tasha with us. Thank you guys for hearing me rant about the majority of the fandom not being women in Star Trek. Not that I wouldn't love them to have been and love them to be in the future, but they just weren't. And certainly nobody's convinced me otherwise. So with that, Qapla all, Bird out. Remember to check out Deidre's stream in about an hour and 20 minutes. About an hour and 20 minutes, he'll be watching or reviewing Animal House, not watching, reviewing Animal House. I will try to be there, and we'll see you all. We'll see you all. Valor 1 Omega says good night. Good night, Valor says good night to Vivian for me, please. I know she likes Anti-Trekker better, but that's okay. She's still okay in my book. Qapla all. Bird out. 78 minutes to Deidre's stream. Thank you all for watching my video. Please remember to comment, like, and subscribe. And don't forget to hit that bell icon. Without it, you won't get notifications of new videos. Check out BirdOPrey5.com, the new home of everything Bird of Prey 5 on the web. You can also check out my forum at juot.net. I'm also on social media on Facebook, Twitter, and Gab. If you'd like to make a donation, check out paypal.me/BirdOPrey5 or on BirdOPrey5.com. Take care.